Welcome, NBA fans. Today, I bring you a topic that generates debate, excitement, and lots of anticipation every season. The race for the most valuable player, or MVP, of the 2024-2025 season. In this league, being named MVP isn't just about your stats or your talent, it's an award that defines legacies and places players in a completely different category. The MVP isn't just about individual statistics, although those certainly play a major role. We're talking about who manages to stand out during the 82-game grind of the regular season, facing the best athletes in the world night after night and still being the driving force for their team. Winning this award is a statement that, in that season, you were the most impactful player, the one who shouldered the pressure, brought out the best. Team consistency. It's not enough to have great stats if your team isn't winning games. The league is fiercely competitive, and MVPs are usually players who lead their teams to the top of their conference. The team isn't a championship contender, the MVP chances drop significantly. Statistics. Of course, numbers matter. Points, rebounds, and assists are the metrics that stand out the most, but we also have to consider impact on both ends of the floor. How do you contribute to your team's defense? Are you the player that defines the crucial moments? That also shows up in the stats, which is why they can't be ignored. Importance to the team. An MVP is the most valuable player, not just the highest scorer or the one with the best shooting percentages. It's about the player who is indispensable for the team's success. If a team loses its star and collapses, that's proof of how important that player is to the structure. Championship contender. The regular season MVP isn't necessarily the best player in the playoffs. What is key is that their team is seen as a serious title contender. MVPs are often on teams that, in addition to dominating the regular season, have high expectations to compete for the finals. Numbers matter, but what truly defines an MVP is whether they can lift their team to championship contention in their teammates and elevated their team to the next level. Why does winning the MVP matter so much? Because beyond the numbers, the MVP is a reflection of who manages to combine talent, leadership, and consistency. The names that have won this award are some of the greatest in basketball history: Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe Bryant. Being MVP means being remembered not just for what you do on the court, but also for what you represent off of it. The true star who makes the difference. But what really makes an MVP? Is it just who scores the most or who dominates the rebounds and assists? No, the MVP goes beyond the numbers, and today I want to highlight 3 key factors that I believe are crucial for a player to be considered the most valuable. With these factors in mind, today we're going to take a look at the top 5 MVP candidates for this season. Some are familiar names, players who have already left their mark on the league, and others are young stars ready to change the future of basketball. But they all have one thing in common. They are key pieces for their teams and are ready to make an unforgettable impact this season. We begin with the rookie sensation, Victor Wembanyama, who has not only proven to be an offensive threat, but also has the potential to become the defensive player of the year. In his debut season, Victor has averaged insert approximate stats 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 blocks per game. But what truly stands out is his impact on defense. The Spurs, thanks to Wemby, have transformed into one of the best defensive teams in the league. How far did they go in the playoffs? Although the Spurs didn't make it to the conference finals, Wembanyama made it clear that he is the future of the NBA. His ability to block shots, alter attempts in the paint, and be a headache on both ends of the court makes him a strong MVP candidate in his first year. If the Spurs can have a competitive regular season, don't be surprised if we see him climbing higher on this list. In the 4th spot, we have the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo, a player who has already won the MVP twice and continues to dominate on both ends of the court. This season, Giannis has averaged insert approximate stats, 28 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists per game. But what keeps him in the top tier is his leadership for the Bucks, who finished as one of the top teams in the East. What about the playoffs? The Bucks reached the conference finals but couldn't go any further. However, with Giannis on the court, the Bucks are always title contenders. His combination of strength, speed, and ball handling skills keeps him in the MVP conversation every year. Last, the reigning champion and finals MVP Nikola Jokic takes the 3rd spot. The Joker continues to show why he's one of the most unique players in NBA history. With averages of insert approximate stats, 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists per game. Jokic isn't just a scorer, he's also an elite passer and the engine behind the Nuggets offense. The Nuggets returned to the playoffs and made it to the conference semifinals, but they couldn't defend their title. Even so, Jokic remains a cornerstone player. If Denver can stay among the top teams in the West, his MVP candidacy is undeniable. Season's MVP, Joel Embiid, takes the second spot in this ranking, and it's not hard to see why. Embiid is without question the most dominant player in the league today. This season, he's averaged, insert approximate stats, 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists per game, but what truly sets him apart is his ability to dominate on both ends of the floor. Embiid isn't just a prolific scorer, he's a defensive wall in the paint. His ability to protect the rim, intimidate opponents, and lead the Sixers' defense is key. When Embiid is on the court, the team's offense runs through him, and on defense, he's the anchor that holds everything together. And in the top spot, we have Luka Doncic, who is finally ready to win his first MVP. Doncic has been a statistical machine, averaging, insert approximate stats, 32 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists per game. But beyond his incredible numbers, what's most remarkable about Luka is how he has single-handedly led the Dallas Mavericks to compete for a championship. Luka is without a doubt one of the most complete players the NBA has seen in recent times. His ability to control the pace of the game is unique, and at such a young age, he's already proven capable of leading his team in the toughest situations. In the 2024 season, Doncic was the key piece in the Mavericks' journey to the NBA Finals. Without a second star by his side, Luka carried his team to the top, facing the league's toughest. Moreover, what truly places him at the top of this ranking is that, unlike many others on this list, Doncic has led his team to the NBA Finals almost single-handedly, something we've seen legends like LeBron James do in their early years. Luka's impact on the Mavericks is undeniable. Without him, Dallas would be an average team. But with him, they are serious title contenders. If Dallas maintains consistency throughout the season, Luka will undoubtedly be the next MVP. As for the playoffs, the 76ers made it to the conference finals this year, and although they didn't win the championship, Embiid's impact was undeniable. No one in the NBA can match his combination of strength, skill, and agility in the low post. While injuries have been a concern in past years, if Embiid stays healthy, there's no doubt he will continue being the most dominant player in the league. What makes him stand out is his ability to destroy defenses and completely take over games, something only a handful of players in NBA history have been able to do so consistently. In summary, the MVP is not just about numbers. It's about being the most valuable player for your team and leading them to the top. Victor Wembanyama has the potential to be the future of the NBA, and he's already marking his territory in his rookie season. Giannis Antetokounmpo and Nikola Jokic remain dominant forces, but the playoffs have shown how difficult it is to repeat success year after year. Joel Embiid continues to be one of the most dominant players on both ends of the floor. This could be the year Luka Doncic finally claims his MVP crown. But as always, team consistency is key. MVP isn't just about being the best individually, it's about taking your team as far as possible. So, it'll be interesting to see which of these 5 superstars lifts the trophy this season. Defenses and still maintaining spectacular numbers, his game is a mix of pure magic and efficiency. Luka doesn't just score, he makes his teammates better. His ability to read defenses and create plays is on another level. And what's most impressive is that he does it all with a calmness few players in history have possessed. Unlike other great scorers, Doncic is also an elite passer, and his influence on the Mavericks offense is total. He's a player who can dominate every aspect of the game.